Hello and welcome back to Ellie Talks Tech. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to use Adobe Express's features on both the desktop and mobile versions. So if you're ready, let's get into it. First thing you want to do is create an account. So this is pretty simple. You're just going to put in an email address and password. If you already have an Adobe Creative Cloud account, be sure to use the same one so that everything is connected because there is an integration feature. Once you're inside, you can go ahead and browse all of the templates that they have available. They have templates for every kind of design project you could imagine. Social posts, posters, flyers, invitations, it's all right there. So you can see on both desktop and mobile, you have access to a lot of free templates. And if you use the paid version, you'll have access to every template available in Adobe, as well as Adobe stock photos and video. After you've browsed the templates for creative inspiration, let's take a look at some of the quick edit features. These are really easy to find on desktop because it's right there on a bar. On mobile, you'll just hit that plus sign and then they'll show up. First things first, let's try removing the background from a photo. So you can use a photo from your library or save to your desktop, and then you can go ahead and remove that background. Once you've removed the background using the Photoshop integration, which is included in the free version as well, you can do more with that photo by creating a project and editing it within that project. So let's do that first. You can resize on desktop by pulling the circular corners. With mobile, you'll just use 2 fingers to expand or shrink. If you see the blending options there, that will be familiar to designers who use Photoshop. They only give you 2 options, but they are definitely striking effects, and you can play with the opacity as well. Other ways to edit your photo are to flip it, crop it. On desktop, you can even cut out a shape for the photo, so that can be just about anything you want. You can play with the color and effects filters, and you can blur your image. Those are pretty much all of the photo editing tools that you will have within this app. You can adjust some other things like brightness and contrast, features that you would find within your camera roll or any other editing app as well, but they're right here for your convenience. Let's go back to some of the other quick options and see what else is available to us. The next option here is converting to a GIF or a GIF. I still don't know how to say it. However, regardless of the way it's pronounced, you can do that with any video. So that's a fun feature for creating your own GIFs to use. They can be branded, they can be personal to your work, or if you're a social media personality, you might want to create GIFs for other people to share. Another quick feature is converting a video to MP4. You can record in a lot of formats. MP4 is very social platform friendly, so this is a nice feature to have. Again, it's just a quick edit feature. You can't do much else, but you can convert the file type. So this is nice to convert it for different platforms. And then on the desktop version, you can merge and trim videos. So this is allowing you to use some of the features that you would find within like the Instagram or TikTok editing apps. You could also change the speed of your video. You can slow it down to 25% of the original speed or speed it up to 200% of that original speed. It's a little bit limited range, but it's something. And then the last option that we're going to look at here is the Brands Kit. So this is again only available on desktop, but if your accounts are merged, you should be able to see these features within mobile. I believe it's a paid feature in mobile, but you can still create it on your desktop. So the first thing we're going to do is add a logo here. And then as soon as I uploaded my logo, it actually pulled the color from the logo as a suggested brand color, which was accurate. You can also set brand fonts here. And even though it's a quick action, so it's running you through a quick setup, once you create it, you can actually do more with that brand. So you can add additional logos, additional fonts, additional colors. You can even add new brands. So if you manage more than one, you can have all of those things right there. I really like this feature. It's something I look for in cloud-based platforms because then I don't have to find the color, find the font, find the logo. It's always in this kit that I can just quickly pull from. Another desktop only feature is the library. So you can see in my library, it's pulling from an InDesign project that I have. It isn't pulling from my Photoshop or Lightroom libraries, but it's definitely pulling from InDesign. So if you do have an Adobe Creative Cloud account, it may pull some of your other projects and assets into the Express app, which is also, again, very convenient. While you can post a project directly to a platform on mobile, on desktop you have more scheduling features. So let's look at that. Once we open up the scheduling option, which looks like that calendar icon, we'll want to connect an account. So tap that purple Add New button, and then instead of creating a post, go to the right side of that window and tap the plug icon where it says Connect. It will allow you to connect an Instagram, a Pinterest, a TikTok, a Facebook, or a Twitter account. So you can do personal or professional Meta accounts, whether it's a Facebook page or Instagram business account or just that personal account, which is really convenient because some scheduling apps will only allow you to use professional accounts. We're going to connect Twitter for this one, so they make it pretty painless and easy. If you're already logged in on your browser or on your phone, all you have to do is connect it and authorize it, and then it posts. So that's really convenient. Going back to the creating a post, you can add a caption here. You can pick the time and date that you want it to schedule, and it's going to pull from the projects within Adobe Express. So if you have a project but you haven't done any scheduling with it, or even if you have, it will allow you to create a post with any project. I'm going to go ahead and make this a draft. It's another feature that I really like within Adobe Express. If you have a content idea but you're just not sure where it fits into your schedule yet, save it and then you can add it later. You can also see that there are calendars for each platform, so you can view individually what's scheduled to be posted. This is really nice to make sure that you're using the right content on the right platform. You can also filter what you're looking at, so you can filter by type of post and status, which is also a great feature. If you tap on the light bulb, this is going to show you how to use the content scheduling option, but since you're here with me, you don't need it. And then if you tap the gear icon, that's set up. So again, you can connect accounts and you can even add a verified domain. So this is for Facebook. If you verified a domain in Business Manager on a business page, then it actually will pull your URL for the short links. That's a great branding feature. So if you do have it turned on, go ahead and add it here while you're inside the scheduling system. Now let's take a look at how to create and edit a project. So I'm going to go back to that photo that I removed the background from on mobile, and then on desktop I already had a project that was waiting for me. And we're going to first play with the background. So you can use a color or an image here. Adobe has a lot of suggested backgrounds for you, or you can just pick a color that you like. Once you've chosen your background, let's take a look at the text. So text options are pretty broad. You can change the font, you can change the actual shape of the text, you can change the alignment, the spacing, you can add a graphic outline, you can add like an actual outline, you can change the style. Adobe did have a recommendations tab, but it didn't load for me, so I don't know what it was recommending. But you have all of these options for editing font, and again, this is almost a light version of Photoshop when it comes to these features, and it does a lot of the heavy lifting for you, but it's not quite as customizable as a Photoshop project would be. Other elements you can add are shapes. You can see that I had some shapes already in the desktop project, and then I added the shape to the mobile project and then promptly deleted it. You can add more photos if you do want another photo in this project besides the one that you might already have. You can play with different design assets. These are more like illustrations, custom graphic elements. They aren't quite shapes and they're not photos. Again, you can browse the backgrounds and change that out if you want. And on desktop, you also have the undo feature, and you can add a logo from your brand kit. And that pretty much wraps up all of the features that are available inside Adobe Express. So I hope that this tutorial, this walkthrough, gave you a really good idea of its capabilities so that you can decide whether or not it's right for your next project. As I mentioned in the demo and review already, I think it's a pretty great platform. It definitely rivals Canva, and the Adobe integration for me is really important because I do work on Adobe for almost all of my other creative projects. So being able to move to something that shares that platform is extremely helpful. It's maybe not as accessible to a customer or like a B2C user. So if you're handing things off to your clients, there may be a learning gap there. You might have to add some training into your system, but it's still a great option. $10 a month gives you a lot of features, a lot of stock images and video, a lot of great templates. So if you're even thinking of that paid version, I think it's pretty worthwhile. Thank you for watching this video. As always, if it helped you, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs down if you hated it. I just like to know what you like. If you have other questions about Adobe Express, drop it in the comments, and you can even watch my quick overview and review of it right here, or you can watch another video right here, or you can hit subscribe if you want to stick around on the channel. I give tech tips and reviews every single week, so you're going to get a demo on Tuesdays, a tutorial on Thursdays, and a rundown of creative tech news on Friday or Saturday. I appreciate you checking out the channel, and I hope to see you back here again real soon.